Okay, we're going to be doing lesson 2.7, which is solving proportions, okay? So the first thing we need to do is define what a proportion is, okay? So a proportion is an equation. So if you kind of look down here, it's got an equal sign. It's an equation that states two, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit, ratios are equal. Now a ratio is a comparison of two numbers by division. So in some examples here of what we're talking about. So I could say 1/2. That is a ratio. It's got two numbers, so two numbers, and it's got division involved. Okay. I also could write it as 1:2, and then 1:2. All of these mean the same thing. These are all a ratio. Okay, so it doesn't matter if I write it as a fraction with a colon in it or with a 2 in it, they're all the same thing. Okay, so again though, a proportion is where we take a fraction equaling a fraction. All right, so now to solve a proportion, you're going to cross multiply. Don't get that confused with cross canceling. All right, so cross multiply. I'm going to take x times 40 and get 40x. Then I'm going to cross multiply in the other direction there, and 10 times 250 is 250. And yes, you need the equal sign in there, all right? So that equal sign just drops straight down. Now it's just solve the equation. So I'm going to divide both sides by 40. And then go ahead and divide. So when I take 250 divided by 40, I end up with 6.25 as my answer. Okay. All right, let's try another one here. Okay, so we're going to cross multiply again. Now, we got to be careful on this one, though. When we cross multiply with an x plus 4, we actually have to multiply both parts by the 8. So you can think of it as 8 times x plus 4, okay, and then you would distribute it through. Or you could just go straight into 8 times x is 8x, 8 times 4 is 32. Now cross multiply in the other direction there. So 5 times 3 is 15. And once you've cross multiplied, you are now going to just solve your equation. Okay, so if you need to draw a wall, you draw your wall if you need to still do that. Subtract the 32 off from both sides. So I get 8x equals negative 17. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 8. So x equals, now you can leave it as negative 17/8, or you can divide it out and get negative 2.125. Okay, either one of those would get you full credit. All right, so let's take a look at another one now. Okay, so review again. We're going to cross multiply, but make sure we multiply both parts by that 10. So 2n times 10 is 20n. Negative 4 times 10 is negative 40 equals, and then multiply this by 5. So 3 times 5, I get a 15n plus 15. Okay, so again, draw your wall if you need to. We're going to start by moving. I'm going to go ahead and move an n over. So I'm going to subtract the 15n over to the other side. So that cancels. So I have 5n minus 40 equals 15. Then I'm going to add 40 over to the other side. I guess I can put lines there. So then 5n equals 55, and divide by 5, and n equals 11. Okay, I want you to go ahead and pause this video, and I want you to try the next example, D, on your own. All right, so for D here, should cross multiply. So we're going to multiply both the c plus 1 by 7. So I'm going to get 7c plus 7. I'm going to multiply that c minus 2 times the 4. And I'm going to get 4c minus 8. Now I'm going to go ahead and isolate for c there. So I'm going to subtract the 4c over. Now you could have done something different here and still get the same answer. So I have 3c plus 7 equals negative 8. Subtract the 7 over. So 3c equals negative 15. And then divide by 3. So c equals negative 5. All right. We also are going to still have word problems. Now, if you look at the directions here, it does say define the variable. Instead of writing an equation, now it says write a proportion. So you have to know what a proportion is. Again, that's fraction equaling a fraction. We're going to solve it, and then we're going to do our complete sentence. A portable media player has 2 gigabytes of storage and can hold about 500 songs. A similar but larger media player has 80 gigabytes of storage. How many songs can the larger media player hold? So I'm looking for how many songs. That's what I'm going to start off with. Bring it in just a little bit here. So I'm going to put X, that way you don't think I'm writing a 5 or an S. So X equals number of songs, okay? And then when you're writing a proportion, you want to find a direct relationship, something that's related. So if I look here, it says 2 gigabytes of storage can hold about 500 songs, okay? So that's going to be one of your fractions. 2 gigabytes, 500 songs. Oops, not 5,000, 500 songs. Now, when you're looking at this, I put the gigabytes up here on top, and then I put the number of songs on the bottom, okay? It actually doesn't matter. If you want to put the 500 on top and the 2 on the bottom, it doesn't matter. What's important here is keep things lined up. So if you have gigabytes right here, then you'd better keep gigabytes right here. So I need to put gigabytes right across from it. And then number of songs here, I need the number of songs here. So see how I've got everything lined up. Gigabytes on the same level, songs on the same level. So again, it doesn't matter if I take this bottom and move it up to the top, and then take the top and move the bottom. It's still going to be the same thing, as long as you keep things lined up. So now let's see what else we know. Then it wants to know how many songs could an 80 gigabyte storage hold. So 80 should go here because it's a gigabyte. How many songs, I don't know. Now, I think it's important to know I will not put this down all the time, and don't use this in any of your solving. I just put that on there so you could see how to kind of write it and line things up. So now we're going to go ahead and cross multiply the 2 and the x, and I get 2x, and I'm going to do 80 times 500 and get 40,000. Now divide by 2, and x equals 20,000. So now write a sentence. An 80 gigabyte player can hold 2,000 songs. So that would be an example of a sentence that we would accept. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and turn over now on the back side here. All right. 62 students out of 100 surveyed chose pizza as their favorite lunch item. If the school has 1,250 students, how many students would likely say that pizza is not their favorite? Now, we've got to be super careful here, okay? Because if I'm looking up here on this part, it says 62 students out of 100 choose pizza. But the question is asking us how many students would likely say not their favorite. So that word not is really important here. Oh, I just underlined pizza, didn't I? How about not? So not, let's try that again. Not is really important, okay? So first off, we're looking for how many students. So I'm going to put in for number of students. Okay, and even if you want to get as specific as these are going to be the non-pizza lovers. Okay, all right, so now again, find a relationship. So right here is a relationship. 62 out of 100 like pizza. So then how many out of 1,250? So again, I've got totals, in this case on the bottom. I had 62 out of 100 total, so here's a total. And now I'm looking for the entire school of 1,250, another total. Okay, now we're going to take a look at this not part here in just a second, but I've got a proportion set up, so let's go ahead and cross multiply this. So I'm going to take 1,250 times 62 and get 77,500 equals 100x, because I'm going to cross multiply this direction now. Now divide by that 100, and so when I divide by 100, just those zeros just cancel out. So I end up with 775. Now, we got to be careful though, because this is 775 pizza lovers. Okay, but the question wasn't asking for people who like pizza. The question was actually asking up here for people who do not like pizza. So what do we think we do here? How do we come up with non-pizza lovers if we've got 775 pizza lovers? Hopefully, in your head, you might be thinking something about subtraction right now. So I'm going to take the 1,250 students that are in the building. I'm going to subtract off the 775 pizza lovers, and I am going to find out that 475 students do not like pizza. So this is the non-pizza lovers. Okay, this guy right here is the pizza lovers. Okay, so anytime pretty much we see that word not, or see something that we're looking for an opposite of, you're going to have to do one more step here, and that is just subtract to find out what's left over, okay? So this won't happen all the time, but it will happen sometimes. So now we still need to write a sentence though. So we're going to say 475 students are non-pizza lovers, or something along those lines. Okay? All right, that concludes our notes for lesson 2-7.